When you think about it, a military command and a sports team, what do those two things have in common when they're not either in a battle or playing a game? At the time of this recording, we're almost at the end of March Madness, and these teams have been in training, right? So military command, if they're not fighting a battle, they're training. If a sports team's not playing a game, they're training, they're preparing. And yet in business, when's the last time you actually proactively trained? I think it's why it leads us to have a strategy of throwing everybody to the wolves. I mentioned that in the last video, the last podcast that we did, is we have this throw them to the wolves mentality. So what happens when your employees stop fighting wolves and start instead being trained? Hey, it's Scott Beebe with Business on Purpose. Go to businessonpurpose.com/book. And both of my books are there, Let Your Business Burn. And then also our brand new book is out, The Chaos-Free Contractor. Make sure to go check it out. See, throwing employees into a new job without proper guidance, you're just setting them up for disaster. Not only does it waste their time and yours, but it also squanders the resources that your business has. When employees are left to fend for themselves or fight the wolves on their own, they struggle to understand the role, the business culture, the necessary process, and as a result, they often have very little time to actually do their job. It reminds me of a conversation that I had with some dear friends of ours, Rob and Jesse Shreve. They own Coastal Shores, a landscape business with both maintenance and construction divisions. We met for lunch. It was probably around 2016-17 to discuss their company's challenges at the point. And Coastal Shores employed two types of crews. They had maintenance crews, and then they had construction and enhancement crews. Now, the maintenance crews primarily consisted of laborers earning around $17, $21 an hour. Many of these workers had limited education, with some actually unable to read or write. The turnover rate for the positions was staggering, a little bit like a fast food joint, often reaching 30 to 50% annually. Not quite fast food, but still pretty painful and very expensive. And during our lunch, Rob asked me an incredibly pointed question. He said, Scott, I understand implementing these strategies for our office team, but do we need to do all this stuff for our labor team as well? What you are suggesting in terms of creating clarity and training is expensive. That was sort of his demise at the end. My response was intentionally provocative. Hey, Rob, you will train them to the level that you value them. So you need to decide if you value your laborers as much as you value your office staff. Now, my words, admittedly, a little harsh. I wanted to challenge Rob's perspective and remind him that all employees, regardless of their role, deserve respect and investment. Now, it resonated with Rob and Jesse, who both have a genuine love for people. They took the message to heart and began implementing changes in the business. A couple of years later, they introduced what they called SALT training. This is a program that alternated between technical skills and also personal development. For example, 1 week might focus on irrigation setup or chemical application or equipment maintenance. The 4th week, though, was dedicated to what they called Life 101. These are lessons designed to help employees grow both personally and professionally. The intentional approach to training demonstrated Coastal Shores' commitment to valuing not just a certain type of employee, but all employees. By investing in both technical skills and personal development, they showed their workers that they were more than just laborers, as many other companies saw them. They were valued members of the company. They were frontline members, the first point of contact with many customers, and they had amazing growth potential. So the Shreve's experience highlights an important lesson for all of us as business owners. When you invest in your employees at all levels, you create a more engaged, loyal, and productive workforce. This not only benefits the individuals, but also contributes to the overall success and to the entire growth of the business. Yes, it does take time. And it takes money. But when you begin to budget for these things, you can find value in both. Hey, get started here. You can go to businessonpurpose.com/book, pick up either one of my books, or get both of them if you'd like, Let Your Business Burn, and also our brand new book, The Chaos-Free Contractor. And it will walk you through outlines and give you different examples of how you can begin to train your team. So instead of throwing them to the wolves and that being your strategy, you can have proactive, what we call repetitive, predictable, and meaningful training. businessonpurpose.com/book.